share my truth with the world and to also help raise awareness for dysautonomia, specifically POTS. I wanted to talk about my story, where I'm at right now in life. Can't believe it, but I literally just turned 26 November 8th. So literally like last week I turned 26. My name's Michaela. I started this YouTube channel when I was in high school, mainly because when I was in middle school I got a diagnosis of POTS, which stands for postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. It kind of just completely, not just the diagnosis, but like all of the symptoms and what POTS is, completely turned my life upside down. And it was very difficult to come to terms with it. It still is, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I've had it for over 10 years, to be honest, like for me personally, it hasn't gotten easier. It's gotten more difficult the older I've gotten, but I will just say that I think that's due to stress. I've had dysautonomia, or I've had POTS for, I think I was diagnosed in 8th grade and I got held back a year. I was 14, 15 when I was diagnosed. Luckily, I only went through 6 months of not knowing what was happening. That's gonna be a whole video for another time. But I went through 6 months of fainting a lot, having really severe abdominal pain, having a whole variety of strange, random symptoms. I wasn't able to go to school. The symptoms were very debilitating. They are still very debilitating. I'm not gonna lie. It's very difficult for me to accept that I'm feeling what I'm feeling on most days. Mainly because I guess I've been dealing with it for so long, I just wanna be productive and like do things that I need to do to like move forward with my life, you know? And in no way in this video am I saying that anybody should feel bad for me. I know that like there's people that are way worse off, so don't go commenting that. So if you're watching this and you don't have anything nice to say, this channel isn't a space for people that don't have an open mind and for people that do nothing but judge others and cause unnecessary drama. So if that's what you're about, just click out of this video. It's not for you. I want this channel and this video especially to be a place where people can support each other and vent and really connect with each other and everything. I don't really know where I'm going with this video, but I will not lie. I want to say having a chronic illness is difficult. And I don't even like saying that I'm chronically ill or just ill or have a sickness most of the time, because like personally I don't like to view POTS in my own experience as a sickness for like myself, because I guess that I have trouble coming to terms with the fact that I have things like I have debilitating symptoms, or like I need to watch out for, oh my gosh, it's so hard to talk about. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's just hard to come to terms with it. And I wish I could sit here and be like super motivating and like motivate others in this moment of what I'm feeling right now, but all I have to say is right now I'm just lost. I think I've been, like, not in a sense that I don't know who I am, like I've been on that journey a long time ago. Still on that journey a little bit, but we all are. We're always figuring out, learning different aspects of ourselves and, on that journey going inward. But I'm lost in the sense that I don't know how to deal with this. I don't think there's maybe there are right and wrong ways, but I don't think that there is a right and wrong way to go about how to accept that you have to deal with health issues. For me, my autonomic nervous system does not work properly. I get a lot of blood pooling to my hands and feet. I can't sit or stand for really long periods of time. I have heat intolerance. It causes me to have heart palpitations. Sometimes I get heart palpitations. Sometimes I get tachycardia. Sometimes my heart rate fluctuates all over the place and I feel super nauseous. I want to say that the most frequent symptom I have on the daily currently is nausea and fatigue and blood pooling. Now, it's hard for me to say this because of just the type of place that, like, just the type of world that we live in, especially in America. Like, you're told that, like, you need to grind and hustle, and if you're not doing that, then you're lazy. And when that is, like, drilled into your head from such a young age, and then you get diagnosed with either depression, anxiety, some type of mental illness, where it becomes difficult for you to, like, do everyday tasks, like even going to work, even going to the store, even like getting any type of health diagnosis where you're impacted by these crazy debilitating symptoms. It's hard to accept. It's hard to find acceptance within yourself of these challenges that you're faced with. Though I wish I could sit here and preach about it and say, like, oh my God, like, if you just do this and this, everything's gonna be okay. I do want to say, though, there are people that have found really great, like, coping mechanisms and have done the work, and even though it's hard, they still find their happiness, which I think is beautiful. I think we should all do that. But I also think that it's not something that will happen overnight. I think it's a journey. I think it's something that, like, you have to accept about yourself every single day. Every single time. I mean, this is how I feel. Every single time a symptom comes up, I'm like, you know, I guess I do have this. Or, like, might sound kind of crazy to some people, but and I'm doing the work, trying to get back into therapy. It's not easy, and I think that when you get diagnosed with anything, a little bit of depression kicks in and anxiety, and I think that is so normal because you end up grieving your old self sometimes. I look back on old versions of myself and I'm like, I would grieve, and though I don't remember what it's like, kind of remember what it's like to feel healthy. The last time I felt healthy was middle school. And that was, I want to say, my 6th and 7th grade year and previous. Like, I had like a little bit of GI issues growing up, but it was nothing ever severe, debilitating. Never took out my energy, but I had the first vaccine, the first HPV vaccine, the first of the 3. I only got 1. And shortly after that, I started developing symptoms of POTS. And I truly believe that I developed POTS from this vaccine. It's strange though, because my twin sister now is diagnosed with POTS, and I think she's having a lot of other health she's having a lot of other health issues right now, and I'll insert a clip of us having a conversation because I definitely want people's opinions that have POTS, or she's going to see a doctor about it. I mean, she is seeing doctors about it, but definitely if anybody has mast cell and they watch this, I just want to know if what she's going through is similar to that. If it's not that, let us know. Like, we're just curious because she's having just all these weird symptoms. So I'm just gonna insert a clip now of a conversation we had. Macy, you wanna say hi? That's my twin sister. She actually has POTS as well. Is it okay if I say that? Can I talk about some of your health stuff too?
Sure.
So she got diagnosed with POTS in
Like
20, was it like 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, already.
And now currently within the past, like, actually before, this is weird, and let me know if anybody, we don't know if this is mast cell or what it is. If anybody watching this has mast cell or knows more about it than we do, let us know. Or if you have similar symptoms that she does. So before she was diagnosed with POTS, she had this weird allergic reaction to nobody knows what it was. One day her face got all puffy, she got hives everywhere, nothing was working, no medication was helping. Eventually it kind of just went away, and then after that she was diagnosed with POTS. She just started getting all these weird symptoms like I would get. Recently, how long have you been having weird thyroid problems? So since this past summer, she's been having weird thyroid problems. She started gaining weight, like a lot more.
Drastically.
Not drastic weight, but like she just, you know, started putting on more weight, and she's always been super skinny her whole life. Mind you, we are 26, our metabolisms are probably slowing down.
Yeah.
But
It's still.
But for her, it was still very not like her. Do you want to talk a little bit about what else?
Yeah, I'm on thyroid medication now. For like the mast cell thing, I don't know if I have it, but now I get itchy a lot. I've been getting these weird
Rashes.
like, rashes with like dots popping up, and I was on steroids like 2 weeks ago. The dots are kind of going away, but like there's like a rash on like the back of my leg, like on the back of my knee, and that hasn't gone away in that area. It's still itchy and it looks like it's bruising, so I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna have to go back to the doctor to get that checked out. But my fingers have been getting swollen, and my hands have been getting itchy. I've been getting low-grade fevers,
which is so strange to me.
Yeah, I didn't know if I had like freaking lupus or something.
First, like they had COVID, and then we were like, oh, it's long COVID, like, but
yeah. But I've been having fevers off and on for like a couple months.
But when did you even have COVID? It was like before
the summer. It was in April, so I started getting fevers way after that.
Yeah, so we don't know what is going on. If anybody watching this knows or has any type of suggestion, please help us out here. She's gonna go to the doctor and everything and try and get, like, she is going to the doctors right now, just primary care, and they're doing blood work tomorrow. Were they supposed to do blood work tomorrow?
I'm supposed to get blood work tomorrow, but I'll get it done Tuesday.
So she's gonna get blood work done through her primary care. She's gonna make an appointment for the cardiologist. She sees the same one I do. But anyway, I know I'm rambling so much, but I started this channel out wanting to really just create awareness around POTS, because POTS isn't rare. It's not a rare diagnosis. It's not a rare thing. It's just rarely known, in a sense that there's not enough awareness on it anywhere. There needs to be more awareness on it in schools. There needs to be more awareness on it as adults, for people in the workplace. It is freaking difficult to hold a normal job. It is so hard because your body is, like, in a sense, working against you, and it's so easy for that to just like take a toll on your mental health. There just needs to be more awareness, more accommodations for people. This is why it's important for people to tell their story, whether it's like a diagnosis story, whether it's how they're feeling, you know, on certain days, how they got diagnosed, the challenges that they face. I feel like it's so important for people with POTS to share their story. And not only do some people just have POTS, but there's so many autoimmune disorders, diseases, and other health things that go hand in hand with POTS. For example, mast cell, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, fibromyalgia, and a whole list. Sometimes diabetes. Definitely do your research on it. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to really go into that I'm not really going to go into that in depth. But for me, I've just had POTS and gastroparesis for the longest time. I had my gastroparesis scan 9 years ago at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and apparently that scan was pretty bad. Luckily, I didn't need a feeding tube, but I'm a pretty skinny person. Sorry if that word is triggering, but I'm a pretty small person, petite person. And I lost a lot of weight from like before I got that diagnosis, and I wasn't able to eat anything. I got full so fast. My mouth was always watering from nausea. I would almost faint from nausea. Like, I was almost throwing up all the time. Like, it was just bad. I started getting super bloated, so many stomach sensitivity or food sensitivities. I still suffer from food sensitivities. I'm pretty sure I'm like lactose intolerant now. I think I have a gluten sensitivity. I'm still going to my GI doctor now. I see somebody new, and we're doing a test for SIBO and lactose intolerance. I just want to rule it out just to be safe, because I'm at the point in my life where, like, I've been doing so much research about this stuff, like even more into POTS and autonomic nervous system dysfunction and like just everything, because I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I've had this for so long and I just want my life back. I want my life back. I want to be able to do the things I need to do. I had to stop school once and start it again. Now I'm pretty sure I have to stop it again right now, because that's what's best for my health and my mental health right now. It's like, and I'm not trying to complain here at all. I don't want anybody to think that. I'm just expressing. I think it's important that we express how we feel, especially like when you go through something like this. But like, I'm at the point where I'm just like, I just want my life back. I want to figure out like the underlying issues, causes, if there are any, so I can make myself feel better, so I can move forward with my life. And I know that I'm not the only one that feels that way. I know there's so many people out there that feel that way. But like I said, I think it's important that we talk about this more. We spread more awareness on this, because it is becoming more and more and more and more diagnosed, sadly. Like, I don't wish this on anybody. And everybody's POTS symptoms are different. Everybody's dysautonomia is different. Like, I might get certain symptoms that somebody else might not. Somebody else might get symptoms that I might not get. And the severity of like these symptoms fluctuates so much. Nobody's the same when it comes to this. Nobody's like diagnosis story is really the same. Everybody is just so like individual when it comes to this. Though we do experience a lot of the same symptoms, like I said, the severity and stuff like that. Like, for example, a part of dysautonomia is like, or the POTS is like excessive sweating. I don't have that. Luckily, there, is a problem with your sweat glands and people just have excessive sweating. I don't have excessive sweating. I mean, I get hot flashes, but, and then I'll have times where I'm like, I was anemic before, but back in high school when I was first going through all of this, and I remember being cold all the time, and I had temperature regulation problems. Luckily, I don't really experience that anymore, but it sucks because I'm trying not to make this video super long, but I just feel like these messages are so important to get out there. I'm sick of like being so scared to share what I have to say, mainly because like, either I don't want to put myself out online because it's scary being vulnerable. People are freaking mean for no reason. People are judgmental. And that's just not a space that I want to be in. But I feel like I'm here on earth to help people and share the message that we all just literally need to come together and make this world a better place in every possible way that we can. I believe that maybe, who knows, maybe I was diagnosed with this, or I was sent here to go through health problems to help others and to help people feel like they're not alone. And it's crazy because I've been on YouTube since I've had this diagnosis, not like making videos, but almost as long as I've had it, to be honest, yes. But I've looked on YouTube for channels of people that have the same thing, because like, sometimes all I want to do is just relate to people and see what they do in their everyday life, what symptoms come up, how they deal with it. And like, that's what I want to do for people. Like, I'm 26 now and I've been dealing with this since I was like 14, 15 years old. And if I had somebody that I was able to watch, I would have felt so much less alone. And if I can do that for just one person, I will do that. I will do that. I think that is so important. If you could just do anything to just make somebody else feel less alone and know that everything's gonna be okay, even if it doesn't feel okay. I think that's amazing, and that's what we should be doing for each other. We should be a support system for each other and help lift each other up. Also, I heard that the chronic illness community on TikTok, I don't really go on TikTok that much just because I feel like it freaking rots the hell out of your brain. I'll make videos sometimes because it's fun and I just like being creative and stuff like that, but the internet rots the hell out of your brain. And TikTok is, I mean, there's a good and bad aspect to every app, but it's so toxic. And I heard that there are a lot of toxic things in the chronic illness community, of people comparing their symptoms to each other, saying like, people saying, oh well, I'm way worse than you are. It shouldn't be that way. It's not a competition. Like, instead of people tearing each other down because someone might be suffering from more symptoms and more severe symptoms than the other person, we should be motivating each other and not comparing and being mean. Like, we should literally just be lifting each other up and supporting each other and being there and being that shoulder to cry on and being that ear to listen to when somebody doesn't have anybody else to turn to. But yeah, I know this video is probably a little long. I'm not feeling good today. You could probably tell. It is what it is. The past like 3 or 4 days oh my god, I've been going through such bad fatigue. You know when you get that fatigue and it's like you can feel it in your eyes, like your eyes just get heavy and it's like you just need a nap. And it's like no matter what you do, nothing's helping. You just need to just let it happen. Yeah, it's one of those days. It's been one of those days. And the nausea. And I'm gonna be filming a video soon with my mom about my diagnosis story. She remembers a lot more than I do in chronological order because I tried to film that so many times in the past handful of years and I just butcher it every time because she's like, oh no, you forgot about this, or you said this when it happened this time, or like, and I'm like, oh my god. So I'm gonna have to write it all out and then sit down with her. It's gonna be lengthy and long. I think it's important that we all share our stories, so keep your head up if you're going through something, or just keep it up in general. You know, we're all going through something. Remember, everybody's human. We're all the same, okay? We're all souls on a human journey. So don't take life too seriously, even though it can be freaking hard. And don't be a mean freaking person either, okay? Like, just be nice. Just be nice. Like, don't cause unnecessary drama. Be a good person. Be a supportive person. Just spread love and light out into the world, and that's what you will receive. All that matters, okay? I hope you guys have a great day if you're watching this. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be that person and just say, give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more videos of me talking about POTS and spreading awareness for POTS. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I've just been dealing with this for a long time, so yeah. And leave a comment down below if you want to vent something, leave a message for somebody or just in general. We can start a conversation in the comments and everything. So yeah, thank you.